Hey bro, I got 2 games that you can review. This is definitely gonna get you some subs.
Worth a shot. Welcome back, everyone. So we have 2 games for the price of 1. The Code Valkyrie duology. Judging by the title, you understand my thoughts of it, specifically the second game. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. So let's get to it. As far as I know about the plot, it's set in a post-apocalyptic future where shadow mutants and robots have taken over, and you play as 2 Valkyries. That's what the game calls them anyway. The first game is a third-person shooter with arcade-style elements. Remember kids, bottlenecking blitzkrieg like the Wolfenstein days taught us? The reason why it's pretty optimal because, well, they're really stupid. And they knew this, so they give you vantage points. They all do chase you at once. Good luck if you're in a confined space, by the way. And this is also around the time you'll also encounter robots as well. They're a lot more tougher, but if you aim at their chest, you should take them out with no problem. However, the biggest one you're going to get fucked over by is the turrets. No, they don't chase you. Instead, they have a new level of cheapness, aka firing before your brain can even respawn. By the time your brain does respond to this, half of your health has already been eaten up. So, thankfully, there's a way to somewhat counter this. Creep up to one and then shoot, which is easier said than done because there are regular enemies that do chase you at once. So, yeah, that's pretty much the thick of it. If you know what you're doing and if you're really good at the game, you can beat the game in like an hour. Also, the campfires are your lifeblood. Also, enemies do infinitely respawn, which can be fucking annoying. So let's get to the second game. The second verse, same as the first. However, you are a different Valkyrie, which looks like in an abandoned airport. Now the game is slowly starting to remind me a lot of MR.OverLord for some reason, because now you do have a melee attack as well as your gun for your sub-attack, as well as grenades for your sub-attack for a sub-attack. So it feels like you have 3 weapons each. The area itself is a lot more bigger now, which means a lot more areas for exploration. At the cost of enemies can't sneak up on you. There's also 3 new enemies. One is the giant shadow mutants, I'm gonna call them Titans, and they're in these small battle droids. They come in 2 flavors, range and melee. Range, you can just take them out with like almost anything, a gun or your sword. It's the range ones that's really going to make you wish you have a dodge feature, because both the turrets and the range boss are easily the most annoying enemies in the game. Third place going to the metallic dogs. The reason why it's simple, they're fast as hell, and remember, they'll gang up at you at once. Because of the fact that they're also metal, they're a lot more harder to kill. So just use melee attacks, or if you're at a vantage point like me, just gun them down. If you're wondering why the game looks better now, is because, well, a majority of the footage really is on low settings. So forgive me for all the eye strain I've caused. So yeah, if you want to play this game for some reason, I recommend you play the game on ultra settings. In both games you can get points to unlock stuff. 2 has a lot more incentives for you to unlock, such as cosmetic, various spawn points. So outside of the typical CGs that you get. Overall, this series, it has some potential, but there's a lot wrong. If they can manage to work some of the stuff out and let it sit in the oven for a couple more years, I bet a lot of stuff will improve. And in fact, I would love to see the third game be the hentai equivalent of MR.OverLord. Until then, everyone, good night and good luck. So this week's Patreon shoutout goes to Asdev. He makes pinup art, which is really damn lovely. I would love to have a poster of this, but yeah. If you like this dude's art, then I'll link his Patreon in the description below, and hopefully, if I remember, I'll put it in a pinned comment. Until then, everyone, good night and good luck.